Well, hey, so this will be our second, I guess maybe in technical terms, we've done some partner or some artisan series before, but not officially. So this will be our second artisan series of this year. And Ty, we have Ty Beck with Timbuk2 with us, and I'm excited to. I know we've sent some orders your way prior to doing this, and I have to admit that I wasn't really aware of the brand until I saw you did I think a community event with commonsku first. And then I think I actually had some of my customers ask about the brand, which then caused me to reach out to you. And so, first of all, man, thank you for being here and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So again, for those watching, the Artisan Series for us is sort of a lift out of the Partner Series. The Partner Series, a lot of our customers are familiar with. Once a month, we bring customers on, our sort of day in, day out partners that we're working with pretty well consistently at all times. The Artisan Series for us is our ability, or I guess a tool for us to focus on more boutique brands or companies that offer things that, the story I always tell is that, every house you build needs a framer, a roofer, a electrician, plumber, those kind of things, but not every house you build needs a stone artisan or a woodworker and things like that. So this is kind of how we see that. So anyway, we're excited to learn more about Timbuk2, the brand of the company, and then obviously look at some of the products. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Ty.
Cool. Well, like I said, appreciate you guys having me here. Excited to share a little bit about Timbuk2 brand, who we are, what we do, what makes us tick, so to speak. And before I start, I just want to say I'm your guy. Anything you need, feel free to reach out. Always here to help you out. Short email, just away. So I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get going.
I'll double down on that, man. You're one of the best I've ever had is responding to emails. I really appreciate how responsive you are.
Pride myself in a quick response. There's a lot of people that don't. It's surprising, right?
It really is.
Cool. So let's talk about Timbuk2. Timbuk2 has been around surprisingly longer than you would expect. We've been around just over 30 years. So where do we start? We start at the beginning. So when we're talking about Timbuk2, I think it's really important and central to talk about where we started, how we started, and the story behind that. Timbuk2 was founded by a bike messenger named Rob Honeycutt from Boston. And he and his buddies actually rode their bicycles from Boston and ended up in San Francisco. More or less, I think they kind of partied their way across. But they ended up in San Francisco's Mission District, where with his first paycheck, Rob actually went out and bought a sewing machine. And he enlisted the help of his best friend's grandmother to teach him to sew. And with that, he set out to make a better messenger bag because the bags that they had just weren't doing it. They couldn't fit enough. It wasn't easy enough to use. And so he said, I can do this better and cooler. And so he set out to do that under the name Scumbags. So quickly he realized, oh shit, I better change this name. So he changed the name to Timbuk2, which at the time was a marriage of his favorite band, Timbuk3, and he placed that he always wanted to go. You might recognize the band Timbuk3 from their hit song, The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades. Anyways, a little bit rock and roll, a little bit aspirational, and here we are 30 years later.
I'm Googling that as we speak.
You should. It's a good song. So 30 years later, we're still making bags under that banner. Granted, our operation has grown up just a little bit. So the line's kind of separated into two categories. We have stock bags that are made overseas in predetermined colorways. Indonesia and Vietnam, nothing China, nothing ever China. And then the other side of the line are our custom bags made to order in our Mexico factory, 25-piece minimum and a 4-week turn time. So pretty low and pretty quick. Wow. for a custom bag made right in our Mexico factory. And as we talk about Timbuk2, one huge draw that I think is really important to talk about when we're speaking about brand name, sustainability, is a guarantee. I mean, all of our bags have a lifetime guarantee. We have a full-time repair sewer that sits in San Francisco. So if at any time anything on any of our bags fails, breaks, rips, whatever, if we can't fix it, we'll replace it. And that goes for decorated bags as well. We'll take care of the decoration. So pretty cool, right?
Very cool.
But that leads us down a bit of a rabbit hole. There's some bags that we're not able to fix, and what happens when we run into those kind of situations? Well, now we delve into kind of talking about sustainability, and what is sustainability to Timbuk2. I mean, we've always prided ourselves on being a sustainable company, because I mean, for the longest time we were making all of our bags to order. But it's not kind of like what you did yesterday. It's what you're doing today and what you're going to do tomorrow. And so when we talk about sustainability, I mean, one of the things that we've done recently, we stopped sending any bags to landfill. We haven't had a bag go to landfill since 2014, and we're really proud of that. And we do that in part with our repair program. We have that repair store sitting in San Francisco that refurbs bags and all that. We have different repair partners, one of which is the Renewal Workshop out of Bend, Oregon. And they just have a much larger repair program with more machines and all that. So anytime we run into a bag that we can't necessarily give a second life in the Bay Area, we're going to send it up to them, and they're going to be able to fix it to either a shape where it can be resold in one of our outlets, or to a shape where it can be donated to live a second life in an at-risk community or something like that. So when we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about eco-sustainability, obviously, but another aspect of our brand is social sustainability, and that's giving back to our communities. I mean, when COVID hit, everything was shut down. We looked at our factory and said, this is a resource. So we had office workers going back, learning to sew, and using industrial cutters and everything else to make face coverings. And with that, we partnered with NBC Sports Bay Area. They had 10,000 t-shirts that weren't going to get sold. We cut them up, made them into face masks, and gave them away. We gave away about 90,000 masks total in those first 3 months while our factory was shut down. So that's just one example of kind of social sustainability. And obviously we're always giving away bags. It's in the heart of who we are. It's in the DNA of the brand. So when we're talking about ecological sustainability, like I said, it's not what you were doing yesterday, it's what's next. And one of the things that we're doing next is we're transitioning the entirety of the Timbuk2 line over to eco-sustainable fabrics. And what are eco-sustainable fabrics? We're using pre-consumer waste. Our 100% recycled nylon is made from all the factory floor cuttings, ground up and woven into new textiles, and that's going to be our 100% recycled nylon. And then we're using post-consumer waste, plastic bottles, fishing lines, fishing nets, that's then ground into flakes and spun into yarn to be made into new textiles. Same great hand feel, same great durability that people have known and loved from the Timbuk2 brand, just a little bit better for the world. So that's just one of the ways that we're turning the corner. And just about the entirety of our corporate line right now is made in those eco-sustainable fabrics, and you'll know it on our website or in our catalog. It's denoted by eco black, eco nautical, eco gunmetal. So any bags that are made with those fabrics are going to call out their eco nature. So we're really excited about that. We think it's really important, and it's just another thing that we're doing to take us into kind of the next level of what's going on.
Todd, let me ask you just a quick question.
Yeah.
As far as the repair, just in terms of process, before we get too far away from the discussion on that, is that just you go to the website and there's a form you fill out if you need a repair? Is that whether it's on the retail side or the corporate side? Is that the process?
Yeah, more on the retail side. That's the process. On the corporate side, you're dealing with me.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's much
So
easier.
they would reach out to us and we would work with you to get that taken care of.
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So to call out a few of the early styles that we brought in and some new styles, we have our Spirit Pack, our Parkside 2.0, and our Tuck Pack. These are three of the new eco bags that are made with those fabrics. We're excited to have them. The Spirit Pack is a brand new bag for us. We haven't had it in the past. Fits a 13-inch laptop, has that nice kind of rounded square shape to it, tombstone style on the top with the zipper, and fits a 13-inch laptop with a bunch of organization and storage and all that. Super lightweight, and a $79 price point on that one. The Parkside 2.0 is our bestseller across the board for us. It does super well, and we have a ton of stock that is continually arriving. I believe we forecast 5,000 units a month in the black Parkside 2.0. So it's a really great bag for new hire programs and that kind of thing. $79 price point on that one as well. Embroidery location on it is going to be on this front panel here. And on that front panel, we can go 4¼ inches by 4¼ inches up to and down to about 1.5 inches up from the Timbuk2 logo and 1.5 inches down from this top seam there. And like I said, it's just a really great option, really great value add and feature set on it. Fits a 15-inch laptop, lots of storage, as well as really nifty organization on the inside. When we're talking about bags and features and feature sets, I mean, we have an expertise in bags. We've been doing this for 30 years. We know what works, what doesn't work. I mean, that's not to say we don't push the envelope, but we only do bags. We only do bags, and we only do them well. We're not mucking it up, throwing a charger in there, or trying to do this, that, and the other, you know?
No
so
gimmick.
when we're talking about feature sets on our bags, it's everything you need and nothing you don't, you know? Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. So like I said, I don't know if it maybe.
What was that? Cool. So were you saying something? Cool. Next one that I like to talk about is the Tuck Pack. It's been doing super well for us. We've had it in the line. This one just went through a little bit of an update. We added a small storage pocket on one side, but the decoration location again on that front, nice size, roll top enclosure on the top. And what's nifty when we do a roll top enclosure, because we know a roll top can be a pain in the neck sometime. You're at the airport, you've got everything in your arms, you trying to get your laptop out and it's just not working. Well, we put a really nifty side zip on the back panel so you can have really easy in and out with your laptop, in and out of the sleeve. So that's just one of the things kind of we're thinking ahead to solve those everyday kind of problems of kind of commuting in the city, you know? So again, the Tuck Pack is an awesome option, $79 sell on that one, really good embroidery location. And just a really good feature set on there. Fits a 15-inch laptop, really good organization and storage on the inside. And then we have some higher price point bags that are also made in this new eco fabric, one of which is our Division DLX, another is our Authority DLX. And as you're going up in MSRP price point with us, you're just getting a more robust feature set, more bells and whistles, metal hardware, more padding on the back panel. Both the Division and Authority DLXs have a memory foam back panel that is quite nifty and quite comfortable. And both of those are going to have a luggage pass through on the back as well.
So if I'm on the website, I'm not seeing a backpack, an all backpack section that says like Parkside 2.0 or Spirit Pack or anything like that. Are these names, have they changed since this presentation was put together, or am I just not seeing them?
No. Are you got to go to timbuk2.com/corporate sales.
Ah, okay.
And that's only going to show the styles and colors that our department carries.
Okay, that was going to be my next question, was that exact same thing, that exact thing. So that's good for us to know as far as planning whenever we go to post this. You know, make sure that we link out to the corporate sales side so that anybody that wants Timbuk2 bag, this is where to go for that.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there, if you just hover over stock, it'll give you the options to choose backpacks, messengers, travel, and see the full breadth of the styles and colors that our department's carrying. So the Parkside 2.0 will be there. All these will be there, and then some as far as the Division DLX, Authority DLX, and then our Q 2.0, which it's a nice $99 sell.
Okay. Sounds good. That's awesome.
Okay. And just to add up, I will say I was kind of excited when I saw this. I've actually had a Timbuk2 backpack since about 2016, and I love that thing. And I got lucky enough that at the time I got it at a pretty good price for school through an employer that I worked with. But it's been tried and true, and I love it. I didn't know you guys repaired them, so I need to keep that in mind as well, because if anything ever goes wrong with it. But it's been through some pretty tough use, and it's just I mean, it's been awesome.
That's awesome. I always like to kind of touch on my Timbuk2 story. I mean, I have one of these classic messengers. I've had it since I was 14. I'm 36 now, 36 today. It's my birthday. So 20 plus years with a messenger bag, and the thing's been all over the world. It's been to Africa. It's been to Europe. It's been South America, and I've put the thing through hell and back. And I haven't gotten it repaired. I haven't needed to. I mean, it's a little beat up. It looks beat up, but I love it. I mean, I brought that bag into my first interview with Timbuk2 8 years ago. I threw it on the table. I said, if I can't sell this, I can't sell anything.
And basically, I mean, that thing is really just like a giant briefcase. I mean, you fit your laptop, you get all sorts of other little trinkets in there, and then just kind of go on about your day, right? It's
awesome. I mean, and it's like, messengers have waned in popularity in recent years, but over the past year, we've seen a resurgence. But as far as usefulness and ease of use, a messenger bag is right up there, man. If you're riding a bike and want to have your desk on your back, or change of clothes for the gym or whatever, or you want to go to the rock show after work, messenger bag's a great option. Always has been. I mean, and that functionality that's intuitive to the style doesn't go away. I mean, these were created for work, for riding a bike, for having everything on your back and being able to quickly pull it around, pull something out, hand it off, and get back to work on your bike. So, I mean, the messenger bag will never go away. We love it. It's intrinsic to who we are. It's in the DNA of the brand. Kind of like the 501 is to Levi's, or the work boot is to Timberland. I mean, this is our icon.
Well, good deal, man. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm liking the fact that a lot of these bags on the corporate side look like there's really great areas for decoration, whether it be you guys hand it house or we send it to a local decorator on our end. They're designed really well to be able to kind of handle that customization. Exactly.
I mean, we've been working in this industry for more than a decade now, and we like to think, unlike other retail brands, that we kind of have something figured out. We've started to design bags with pocket sizing in mind to be able to fit a decent size hoop, so we can decorate it at least 4 inches wide if that's what a client wants. We don't want a client to be limited based on the feature set, based on the pocket size, because we don't know what we're doing. We want to take every step that's possible ahead of time to be able to set you guys and your clients up for success, to have their brand look as best as possible on all of our bags. And so that's what we do. And what you can count on from me, because I've been in the industry for the better part of 8 years, is that you're going to get a quick response. You're going to get an honest answer about inventory, when it's going to arrive, how firm are the dates that I'm giving. I'll always be a straight shooter with you guys, you know that. But yeah, that's kind of what we bring to the table when we're talking about our longevity in the industry as a retail brand. I mean, you don't necessarily have that trust that's inherent.
I'm curious, where would the logo go on that messenger bag, or somewhere like on the Fanny Pack there? Like, where do you guys typically put that?
For sure. On the messenger bag, it would go either on the center panel or the right-hand panel, at least 3 inches up from the bottom, and max 4.5 inches wide on the center panel, 4 inches wide on the right-hand panel.
Okay. And then on the fanny pack, how's it looking on that? Is that more or less
Yeah.
like heat transfer? Or do you guys embroider that, or?
We embroider on that. So we embroider all of our bags. We don't do heat transfer at all. Most of our fabrics have a weatherproof coating that doesn't allow heat to hold up as well as we'd like. It tends to chip off. So we strongly encourage people to embroider on our bags. For the slacker here, decoration location is right above the Timbuk2 logo here, at max 2.5 inches wide. So pretty small, but it's a small piece anyway. The other place that we're able to decorate on it is actually on the strap of it. And that decoration piece is a little bit bigger. We can go 3 inches long on that one, but it's only like a 1/2 inch tall. So it's really good for a tagline, and it's a really cool, different location to decorate on a bag. Doing it on the strap versus doing it on a pocket or something like that. It's pretty rad.
How long have you guys had the eco line for your fabrics?
That's just this past year we brought that out.
Okay,
So
awesome.
last summer the eco fabric options started landing to us, and so as we go along and sell through existing stock, everything is being switched over to the
Switched
new
over.
eco
Okay.
fabrics.
Awesome. And is that, I'm assuming durability wise, it's pretty much the same
yeah.
as the standard fabric? That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Because I was looking at this is the retail side, but because mine was very similar to that park side, but I have the Authority
Nice,
from
yeah.
2016 in the titanium, and I swear I love that backpack.
Yeah, that bag's awesome. But the eco fabric's just as tough. It's a little bit lighter weight, like physically, but it's tough as nails, and it's still same lifetime guarantee as everything else we make.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so pretty sweet. So kind of that's what I have to say about eco. The eco line is really special to us. We're excited to have it. We're excited to be doing a little bit better going forward, and that'll only continue. I mean, it's just our commitment to the environment, to our world, and to building a better future for each other. But like I said, all of our bags, lifetime guarantee, everything we make is able to, or everything that our department carries is able to be decorated on. Everything that Timbuk2 makes isn't necessarily. So when you're thinking about maybe a retail style that you're seeing on Timbuk2.com versus our corporate site, reach out to me. I've been here a while. I've tried to decorate on most things, and I've failed on some. So I would love to share that knowledge with you guys before you order blanks or anything like that.
Yeah. So, okay, just so I know, okay, so we can, as long as we're ordering from the corporate site, we can basically purchase blank goods as little as 1-piece quantity. But if we want to utilize you guys for decoration, at that point, you guys have a minimum of 25 pieces, right? But if we're basically buying and sending to our own decorator who may have 6-piece minimum or whatever, then we can still do that.
Absolutely.
One thing that we did not touch on is the fully custom bag. And if there's any way we can just kind of quickly touch base on that. And I am, Landon's been having some issues with his microphone and echoing and all that kind of stuff all day today. So I'm just going to kind of take it from here. And then he's basically giving me some questions on the back end. But the fully custom program is something that I'm really excited about, but trying to educate my clients on the best way to kind of build their own, and then how to get that information over to me, which then will get sent over to you and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Let me share my screen again, and we will go to the customizer.
For a fully custom, it would be, I think it's a 50-piece minimum, I believe, right?
Yeah.
You go fully custom? Okay.
50 pieces. So what's custom mean to Timbuk2? Custom can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So let's get through that first. So custom to us is utilizing any of our custom silhouettes here, and then using our customizer online to plug in different fabrics and colors from what's available to come up with something totally unique that we then make to order in our Mexico factory. So this is the customizer here. It shows a few of those custom silhouettes that you're able to choose from. And so let's go to the icon. Let's go to the classic messenger. We click on that. And from here, it brings up our customizer, and you choose your size, go to the next step, and from there you're able to start choosing the colors. And you just click on the swatch that you want to plug in, and it changes it on the fly to come up with something totally unique and special, down to the Timbuk2 swirl right here. You can change the color. If we want that red, we can do that. We've got a little Rastafari. And so you just can kind of follow the steps along. There's different extras that you can add on if you want a grab strap on the top. Continue along. We can add a strap pad if we want. And then on the interior, we have, what's that?
Add-ons would add some extra cost, or is this for more or less all inclusive with the cost of the bag?
So there's some things that add on an extra cost. Our Crater laptop sleeve will add $10 to the MSRP, and that just gives you a much more padded laptop sleeve than the slash pocket, which would be free.
Okay. All right. So
there's
the
certain things.
laptop sleeve on this particular messenger bag doesn't come with it. You would basically have to add it to the product itself. Okay.
And then
should I take
in some water bottle? What's that?
The website, like, hey, go in there and have some fun, kind of create something. Is there a way, or is there like a template or a document that kind of puts together what they put together? Or am I kind of building a purchase order on my end? Like, what's the best way for them to kind of get their creation to me?
So they can come down here and literally just click the share button, and then they can create an image of that bag that they can send to you, or they can create a link to their bag that they can send to you that will show the exact build that they've created. Okay,
very cool. All right. And at that point, I would just either work with you to figure out what pricing would be based on their selection, figure out what the timelines would be based on what they picked, and all that kind of stuff. What's the general timeline for custom bags?
4 weeks or less.
Okay, well, that's actually a lot better. And then, where did you say these are produced at? These are
in Mexico, in Tijuana.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
And so, and we have daily trucks from Tijuana back over the border to San Diego. So everything shipping out is shipping FOB out of San Diego, not Mexico.
And I think it's important to state as well, and I remember kind of talking to you about this beforehand, but this does not include a logo. So this is, you're basically just creating a fully custom bag. And if you wanted to throw a logo on your fully custom bag, then that would obviously add some cost, and then we could either utilize Timbuk2's decoration facility or our own personal local decorators to get that done. But the fully custom bag is literally just you just kind of a la carting your bag and then going from there. We can go from there.
Yeah. And then when we're decorating on them, we're decorating the panels prior to assembly. So we can go in really cool different locations for the decoration. We can get down close to seams, in corners. We can go real big. We can go real small. So there's a lot more flexibility there as far as decoration goes, in comparison to a stock bag where we're at odds with pocket size, with different features, with zippers and everything else. This is just laying a panel flat, decorating it. So we can do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, so it almost makes more sense to just, if you're going full custom, just go ahead and throw a logo wherever your brain could fathom it while it's being together, and then just go from there. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, they're really sweet. It's a sweet program. I mean, and low minimums at 50 pieces in a 4-week turn time. It's pretty unheard of. It's pretty cool, and we definitely love it. And then we also have a really cool custom option where we're able to create a pop-up web store where an end user, if they want to give like 50 people a Christmas gift where each of those 50 people design their own bag, we would create a special pop-up store similar to what this page looks like, except it would be company branded. So in this banner here, it would have the company name, any kind of copy message that they would want, and then they could choose up to 2 to 3 different options for folks to choose from. That end user comes in, clicks the bag that they'd like to customize, customizes it, plugs in the different fabrics to come up with something totally unique, and then processes the order with a unique redemption code that's associated with their email address. And from there, the order gets processed. We build the bag, we brand the bag, and we ship it to their door.
Now, is that
That's
something
branding as well.
they would basically have to purchase 50 bags up front in order to kind of get it built? Is that how that would work? And then you guys are like, okay, well, if your team uses it, they use it. If you don't, you lose it, but you don't really lose it. Maybe you just like, how does that
Yeah,
process
so we just require that we're building 50 bags.
Okay.
So if they send out 50 codes and only 40 people redeem, they need to make it up to 50 somehow. Usually that's with one bag, all the same build that they keep on hand for gifts to future employees or something like that.
Okay, and is that something that we need to basically order and send in a PO to you guys for before you kind of set it up to where you're like, okay, I've got an order and official purchase order, or do you kind of backdate that to be like, okay, we open up the storefront, it did 23 pieces, now we need to backfill with whatever the math is on that, and then go
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. You would send me a PO with the an even split across all the styles included, with approximate cost, and then upon final invoicing, there would just be an understanding that final amount changes based on what bags they're buying, any extras that they have, and all that.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet program. We don't do it a ton.
Yeah,
but it's a fun one to beat the drum on, and it's a really nice experience for people, especially as the work from home thing continues to be a thing. This is a really easy way to incorporate a interesting experience, a gift, and also the drop ship climate that we're living in.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I think that's about it